The same advice holds true when it comes to man's best friends, of course, too.
Veterinarians say pets in this part of the country aren't any more used to this heat than we are. Northwest Cable News' Nick Allard joins us from Seattle this morning with some advice from the experts. And you've got a little friend there. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Cam. Yeah, I do have a little friend. He sees his brother off camera, so he doesn't really want to be here with me right now. But, you know, even just a little walk like this, any kind of regular activity outside in the heat can be dangerous for your pets. But there are a few tips you can do, so hopefully you can get through this heat wave without any major problem for you and your pets.
That sound can mean only one thing. People aren't the only ones roasting in the hot summer sun.
That's exactly why we come prepared with water bowl and that we are here early in the morning so that it's a cooler time because we don't want to put her at jeopardy.
And that's why veterinarians say you have to be extra careful your pets don't overheat.
Dogs in the Pacific Northwest are not acclimated to this sort of temperatures.
Dr. Carrie Schneider from Family Pets in Seattle's Ballard neighborhood says because of the record-setting heat, everyday tasks like a run or a walk can be too stressful on your dog, especially for puppies and older dogs. But Schneider says the most dangerous part of the heat is something most owners don't think about, and it only takes minutes to be lethal.
Your classic dog that gets heat stroke is a large, hairy dog. The owners take them around town in their car and they run into the post office just for a couple minutes and the car heats up. They don't do it intentionally.
The best ways to keep your dog safe in the heat, have plenty of cool water available, and find a place to keep your dog that is out of direct sunlight, and keep outdoor workouts light until the weather cools down.
One great trick for big dogs is to get them a plastic children's wading pool, the hard plastic kind, and put that out. Usually big dogs like to swim. Some of the small dogs will go in there too. They love it. They'll lay in the pool and then they can actually do some evaporative cooling.
Schneider also says the biggest thing, just know your pet and know when it's time for a little sip of rest and relaxation.
It's just remembering that they can't take care of themselves. I mean, we have to look out for our dogs.
Now the big keys to look for are really some of the symptoms potentially of heat exhaustion. Well, heavy panting, of course, dogs cool themselves off by panting. They don't sweat, so panting is normal, but when it gets a little bit heavy and, well, very consistent like that, it may be a symptom of heat exhaustion. Or purple or blue gums could also be a sign, but also if your dog is lethargic or maybe staggering a bit when it's walking around, that could definitely be a sign. One thing to keep in mind too, we mostly talked about dogs. Well, kittens are also at high risk for that. Now, believe it or not, the veterinarian we talked to said that cats, well, they're at risk, but they're actually pretty darn smart. So they will kind of cool themselves off and keep quiet enough so cats are not as high of a risk as compared to some of our friends here. In West Seattle, Nick Allard, Northwest Cable News.
I think some of the best advice is getting one of those kiddie pools. You can sit in the pool with your dog. Great
Isn't
advice.
That nice? Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
Well, if you can't handle the heat,